how do we actually go and tackle these questions? Okay, so this is what the vocabulary and context question is going to look like. The stem, the question stem, is going to go somewhere along the lines of based on the passage, in the context in which it can be found, blank word most nearly means or closely resembles the definition of all these other words, right? And they're going to give you 5 options. And that was kind of the I like to call the skeleton or outline of a question type, but this is what it would actually look like. You have your passage to the left, and then you have your question to the right. Now, before you look into this question and try to answer it yourself, I want you to stop for a second so we can kind of agree on the way that we're going to proceed with these questions, okay? We're going to talk about strategy and solving questions. Going into strategy, first we need to know our enemy, right? And that's why we went over the structure. But how do we actually go and tackle these questions? Well, I want you to treat it like a text completion question, which will sound weird because these questions, as you saw, the structure, they don't look like text completion at all. Usually those you have a fill in the blank, and they're just 1 sentence or 2 sentence long text or excerpts, right? Well, what I want you to do is I want you to read the sentence, and then whatever the word is, I want you to pretend that it is not there. And once you create this fictitious blank, fill in the blank opportunity, I want you to come up with your own word before you even look at the answer choices. Now, the biggest challenge here and the mistake that most students make is reading the answer choices and plugging them back into the passage. Why is this a mistake? Why is this so not difficult, but why is this so dangerous, I would say? It's because the people who write these exams, the GRE, the ETS question writers, they're very smart and they know who their audience is. They know what to expect. They will design questions and give you the answer choices that will trick you into thinking that those are right. Because sometimes the answer choices, if you plug them into the passage, they sound correct. However, we need to remember that we want to talk about the word itself. There's one word in questions that we're being asked about the definition in the context. So we need to make sure that the answer choice that we pick is part of the definition of that word. Because sometimes there are other words that are not the definition. They're not textbook definition or dictionary definition, but they could make sense if you plug them back into the passage. They will just create some nuance or change the meaning in a very subtle way.